Imagine this. You're constantly bombarded with group messages on your iPhone, whether it's from friends, family, or even hockey teams. You're in and out of group chats with strangers every season, and keeping track of who's who can be a nightmare. But here's where it gets controversial. Apple's latest iOS update, iOS 26, has finally addressed this long-standing issue, and it's a game changer. Let's dive in. I'm not exaggerating when I say that group messaging is a daily part of my life. From coordinating with different friend groups to organizing family events and managing hockey team communications, I can barely go an hour without receiving a group message. And let's not forget the dreaded green bubbles that signal non-iMessage users. But this isn't just about aesthetics. It's about functionality and ease of use. Before iOS 26, adding people from group chats to your contacts was a cumbersome process. It required multiple steps and a good memory, which, let's face it, not all of us have. You had to note down the person's name and number, navigate through the thread info, find the correct number, and then create a new contact. It was a hassle, especially when you're dealing with multiple group chats and strangers. But with iOS 26, Apple has streamlined this process. Now, you can add people to your contacts list directly from a message thread. This makes it easier to identify who's who and store their information for future reference. And this is the part most people miss. This small change can significantly enhance your messaging experience, making it more efficient and less frustrating. Let's break down the old process in iOS 18 and earlier versions. 1. Note the name and number of the person you want to save, either in your memory or jot it down somewhere. 2. Click the info button for the thread. 3. Find the number you noted down. Hopefully you remember it and there aren't too many other similar numbers. 4. Click the button next to the number. 5. Click Create New Contact. 6. Enter the info for the person, their name, and whatever else. Now, compare that to the new process in iOS 26. 1. Note the person's name. 2. Click Add next to the message in the thread. 3. Tap Create New Contact or Add to Existing Contact. 4. Create the contact as normal. That's it. No more tedious steps or memory strain. If you're frequently added to group chats with strangers and want to keep track of them, you'll be thrilled with iOS 26. And here's the best part. The iOS 26 public beta is already available. You don't have to wait for the official release, but be prepared for some beta software quirks. If you're willing to deal with a few kinks, you can start enjoying the new features right away. But here's a thought-provoking question. Do you think this update will significantly improve your messaging experience, or is it just a minor convenience? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you're curious about more updates and features, follow Tom's Guide on Google News to stay in the loop with the latest tech news, how-tos, and reviews. Make sure to click the follow button to get our up-to-date content in your feeds. For more insights, check out these articles. I tested call screening on iOS 26 versus Android 16, and there's a clear winner. I tested the AI transcription tools for iPhone versus Samsung Galaxy versus Google Pixel. Here's the winner. iOS 26 Guide. All the new features for your iPhone and how to use them. Dave Leclerc is the senior news editor for Tom's Guide, keeping his finger on the pulse of all things technology. He loves taking the complicated happenings in the tech world and explaining why they matter. Whether Apple is announcing the next big thing in the mobile space or a small startup advancing generative AI, Dave will apply his experience to help you figure out what's happening and why it's relevant to your life.